Hello, everybody. This is Pete from PA Labs, and I'm finally, hopefully, getting the long-awaited update on the War Game Studio. So, in this video, I'm not really going to talk about the terrain painting and all of that. It's here. It's what it is. I mean, no big deal. You select the components that you want and then choose the thing and go at it. We have labels and they work exactly like they did last time. Click a new label, put a name in, place it, move it, all done. So I mean, this is pretty straightforward. Same old, same old. Most of my effort has been put into the designer, and I had a huge structural impact to the designer. I made the decision to take the categories table and turn it into an editable table from an enumerated list. Okay. As an enumerated list, I can write code specific to those categories, and I decided that I needed to open it up. So in this game, the ideas that I want to make happen is that we're going to make heavy use of engineers. Engineers can build airstrips. You can build an engineering unit. It can go out wherever you want it to go, and you say build an airstrip, and the engineering unit will become the airstrip. You can have them tear down the airstrip and they'll become an engineering unit again. If your opponent uses bombers or artillery, they can blow the airstrip to pieces and kill your airstrip and subsequently your engineer. Engineers can go out and create a bridge and become the bridge. Again, it can be bombed and destroyed. So that concept in the game is going to be used all across the designer. So I decided that cities needed, they're going to get points based on thousands of people. So if you have a city of 1 million people, they're going to get like 1 point per 1,000 people. So that would give you 1,000 points per turn. Now, your city can have any number of farms. Farms can produce any number of points per turn for the city. They're directly linked to a city. Likewise, factories. And let's go start showing instead of talking. So we have a city, and I'll place the city on the map. And so we have our city, and let's say he's got a population of 1 million people. He's going to get 1 point per every 1,000. It's owned by the rebels. This is a Civil War game, American Civil War. So you have ships of line, frigates, cavalry, which are horses, barges, cannons, that sort of thing. Cities can build units or maybe not. Okay. So cities can be objectives in the game. Okay. So we'll create a city. I'm not going to have him build anything. There's no point to that. So we have a city, and it goes and saves everything for us, and everybody should be happy. Come on. There we go. So now we have our city out here. And so let's add a farm to our city, and we can place that adjacent. And so we have a farm, and maybe this farm produces 500 points per turn. He maybe has a defense of 8 and hit points of, say, 20. All right. So it takes a bit of bombing to kill him. so we can save this guy, and now every turn our city is producing 1,500 points. We can come in and place another farm out here. And if you do note, the farm numbers increment to farm 2, and because now we have 2 of them. And let's say this guy is building 500 as well, and he's in 8 and 20 as well. Okay, so um, so now you can see we're doing great. And let's go ahead and put in a factory. Let's see. We can place a factory with our city. And factory points, I don't know, 250. He's got a defense of 6, they're smaller, and probably 15 hit points. Okay, so he's saving back. We can add another factory. So now we kind of have a rather large conglomerate of a city, which is pretty appropriate, I think. And the city can be bombed, attacked. The various cells can receive damage, um, and eventually will be destroyed if they're not repaired. Engineers again play a role in doing that sort of thing, repair and fixing. I would think these guys would have a fixed value of their own. Every turn they get, 5 points back on repair. If you continuously bomb them until they're destroyed, then eventually they'll die. So then we can introduce shipyards. And this is why I made categories um, a configurable thing. Because instead of having cities build everything, maybe, and well, all right, I'll admit right up front, this here is a the shipyard from Warcraft 2. I'm not the biggest artist in the world. That looks like the one I want to use. And I'm going to place my shipyard. Let's place him here. And yeah, I know there's no water there at the moment. So he'll be a defense, of maybe 10 or 8. Let's see, because we can put anti-aircraft or something on him or something. So in 20. So we have our shipyard, and I'll come along and put water there eventually. So if we come back over here, we can jump down to water, and we can fill in some water out here. Okay. Every 10 or so tiles you click out here, it will eventually save. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hit you. There it goes. It even went underneath. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so we have our shipyard, and let's go ahead and let's provide a road out there too. Well, let's go ahead and use this one, huh? So now we have our shipyard and we have a road headed out to our shipyard. So the shipyard can build any sea sort of vessel. And so this is the thing I've been working on, making all of this interrelated and interconnected. And you can edit. It's important to note that when you're in the terrain section of the game, you pretty much can only mess with terrain. Any sort of bridge, I think that's the only one I give you, yeah, is bridges. bridges created in the terrain editor are different than bridges created by units or in the designer side because they'll be there for life. You can't blow those up. So when you're in the designer side, you can mess with all of this, but you can't mess with terrain. So where was I going with this? Oh, yes. So the idea that I had with all of this was that somebody might want to create barracks and add barracks to the city. And then you could have, infantry or what have you created in barracks. Maybe you got an armory that produces your cannons. Whatever you want to do, you can add the category and it will show up. Okay. And then the things you put in the category will be configurable and bombable and creatable by the engineering units. So it doesn't have any sort of limits along those veins. Um, I think, let's see, I haven't prettied the screen up yet. This is kind of ugly. So you can come out here and let's go to factories. This will be a pretty screen at some point. And so will this one eventually. Is we have a factory and you can classify a factory as terrain or it's a designer. That's either or. Okay. And then if it's a designer, you have military structures, and military structures will be things like barracks, shipyards, things that can produce military units of any kind. They and I guess it'd be kind of up to you whether you want to put things like pillboxes or defensive positions or something like that. You might want to build something along those lines. You could put them there, or they can be a resource structure. A resource structure is a structure like farms. Um, they can be what is it? Factories. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you're going to do bows and arrows, so you might want to have somebody who makes archery supplies or cavalry or horses or stables or that kind of thing. Those can all be put into the resource structures versus the military structures. Um, and then and that's kind of a designer. Either you're building it as a military structure or a resource structure, and then you can build solely mission objective things like I have in here POW camps, and so that would the only value it has as a mission objective in the storyline of the game. So and then we have another binary at the bottom, which would be, can engineers repair it? Can engineers create it? So again, those will rely mostly to the designer side of things, actually solely to the designer side of things. So like I said, this screen hasn't been prettied up yet. It's just been thrown in, and I've been killing myself for 3 days trying to get that change implemented.